There are many lessons not taught in school when you're training to become a therapist, whether it means being a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a social worker, a life coach, an addiction counselor. They give you a lot of great information, which is very valuable, and you have to get a foundation in this. In my own life, I got my master's degree in social work, and the years I was in school helped to develop my knowledge and taught me a lot of the foundations that would later on allow me to thrive in my career. But there's many things that you can only learn while you're getting actual experience. During my schooling, I worked at a psychiatric hospital and a rehab center, and I've had many opportunities to help since then, working with people with brain cancer, the homeless, kids that were in foster care, people with addictions, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia. It's a fascinating field, and I encourage you to go into it, because the joy you get at the end of the day knowing you've helped impact someone's life is so valuable. You can't put that in numerical value, but the feeling you get in your mind and your heart knowing you've helped someone is so important, and that's one of the biggest things you don't really get learning in school. Another huge lesson is how to handle stress, because when you're working, let's say, in a mental hospital and you're seeing young kids, being psychotic or hallucinating or delusional, it can be really trying. If you have to see them restrained or you have to see them getting medication, it can be really, really tough to watch this. In my own life, I was working at a rehab, and a young man almost died in the rehab. We were running a group, and he literally started to convulse, and we had to call the emergency room to come get him. The paramedics came, and it was a very tough, traumatic thing. I'm running a group for 45 people, and a young man almost died. And then you have things that happen that you can't ever expect or learn. In my own life, my little brother died this year of a heroin overdose. This was at the time I was working at a rehab facility with about 40 or 50 other men and young people with addiction. So these lessons you don't get in school, you get on the front lines when you're actually doing the work. But I encourage you, if you want to help other people, if you want to make a difference in our world, if you want to be a therapist, a social worker, a life coach, it doesn't matter to me the training and the exact specific thing that you do. The key thing is to get the knowledge, get the experience, and go out there and make a difference in the world. Because when you help other people, you're helping yourself, and you're making our world a better place. I want to encourage you, I wrote a new book. It's called Depression, Bipolar, and Heroin. It shares a lot of lessons about addiction and mental illness, and it's a great guide if you want to learn about being in the helping fields, or you have an addiction, or someone you love does. I encourage you to get the book. It's on Amazon, Depression, Bipolar, and Heroin, and you can find it exclusively on my website. We do coaching and mentoring and guiding people. My website is called bipolaronline.com, and I encourage you to go out there and help other people. We need talented, gifted people like you to make a difference in others' lives. Thanks for watching this, and check out bipolaronline.com.